It's funny because my family's always like, tell Gwen to let you lay off. And I'm like, no, this is good for me. Like, I don't want Gwen to lay off. The scene where I was shot was one of the most physically grueling, intensive things. Patty was just over, we were talking about, because we have a long scene tonight and how to do it. And it's hard sometimes when you come home. I think you give so much to this job physically. I like how you said physically, because not a lot of people pick up on that, and emotionally. And when you come home, you have nothing to give your family. So I think everyone's looking forward to hiatus, because you leave it on the field. It's been a lot. And and massages regularly as well.
We don't have any big crossovers on the table for this season, but there is a moment we're trying to make happen with the Halstead brothers, to see them together a little bit at Chicago Med.
I've been trying to go to FBI International. I've been plugging that. I'd love to go. If anyone wants me on that crossover, that's probably not what you were saying, but I'm available.
I've been pitching to Dick Honolulu PD, but nothing so far.
We've definitely wanted to get very psychological this season and look at the characters and their relationships with one another. And I think for Voight, Jason and I had the fact that since Olinsky, really, we haven't seen him allow someone to get very close to him. So this season, we've tried to push that with two characters, with his relationship with Halstead, to kind of get closer to him and to have a different type of dynamic with him. And the same thing for Anna's character. I think Anna has become a bit of a surrogate daughter to him. He's connected with her. They're in this very dangerous thing together that bonds them in a way that is unique. And so for the next few episodes, you'll see that we're continuing to explore both of those relationships and how they're going to collide a bit.
Oh, you mean, is Voight ready for love? Yes. Voight is full of love. I've always said that, even when he was on Chicago Fire. I think he's totally motivated by love. But perhaps I'm Pollyanna, but I think all people are motivated by love. They just have different ways of expressing it and kind of processing it. He loves his team. He would give his life for any one of them. And he loves Chicago. If love came to him, it would be, I think, if I get psychological about him, it's easier for him to love a group than an individual. It's also easier for him to love as a verb than to let himself be loved. He keeps himself kind of focused outward. He doesn't do a lot of self-reflection. And so that's probably why he's unapproachable in some ways and hard to, you don't just come in and hug the guy. He's got a wall around him in some ways. It would be interesting as the wall has been starting to crack, even with Lindsay leaving and then Olinsky, and you see there's cracks in the walls. And, there's beginning to be the possibility of water leaking through, to mix the metaphor. And we shall see.